Well, this is Venia 383, and I'm supposed to be uploading a video, but I had like some kind of thing going on with the upload, but alright, I'm gonna redo the video because I had a problem with it, so alright, here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use this boot, and I'm gonna tell you about traction and stuff about horsepower too. It's kind of funny. I saw like another YouTube video, and this Ranger was pulling a 3500 6x6 Duramax, but the only reason why I'd say that because of one, you see the traction on my shoes. You don't really have all that good traction. Pulling doesn't really make anything, and horsepower doesn't because of it's like see I put a quarter up through here. See a little bit of the traction with the tread on it. Show you a nickel, and there's a quarter. So I want to point out about traction. The big things I want to mention about traction: if you don't have traction control in vehicles that go fast or anything, the reason why I'd say you don't want to disconnect your traction control is because of one, if you don't have traction control, it's easy to skid and lose control of your vehicle. And next, another thing I want to mention about, my buddy said he disconnected it because he wanted to go faster because he said the standard vehicles were just, they kind of sucked. So he said if he wanted to do something like that, he would just go ahead and disconnect the traction control, but I wouldn't do it because of, one, you'd have more power probably, and you probably wouldn't have as much restrictions, but still, I'd rather go with traction control. It's like for me, even I have a two-wheel drive. I have a two-wheel drive truck. It's like this. It's like a four-wheel drive. Reason why I say that, because of, they say one wheel is spinning, and the other one is kind of, one wheel is faster than the other. I kind of see that in a four-wheel drive. But you know what? That's probably how they operate and how they work. But, you know, traction control is actually a good thing to have because if you get stuck, you can pull yourself out. And, I run mud tires. The big thing I want to mention about mud tires, the one thing you really want to do, you really just want to have a bit more tread. It's like, these shoes are worn out on the bottom. But the thing I'm going to point out by this is that when you have mud tires, if you're going off-roading, you want something to dig. It's like when you go into the snow. The reason why I'm saying this, if you ever had mud tires, get something that can dig into it so you get more traction and it's easy to get out of it. So, got AutoZone telling me that when you have good tread, such as mud tires, means like dig up into it and you can get out of it. So, that's what he told me. And the other thing I want to point out about traction, traction is the one thing you really got to have. Also, your tires got to be good. If they're in good shape, you should have good traction. So, certain tires, a lot of people even mention this, even when they buy new tires and stuff, some of them, they say that they suck. Meaning by they're not all that great, meaning by they don't have as good quality, meaning by they don't grip as good and they don't ride as good. And part of it, I'm going to say this, if you ever lift your truck and stuff or raise it, run bigger tires because of one, you're disputing weight. And next, when you go up a hill, it is hard to get up there. I've tried that myself before. And I'm really saying this, don't do something like that because of when you run bigger tires and the width of them, it kind of helps out a little bit more. But the other thing I'm going to point out by this, the other thing I'm pointing out is that when you run bigger tires, is that the fact that some states, and the width of them, like if you're in Wisconsin, custom offset says that you can only have like a 12-point wide over there. And some states, they make you put fender flares, mud flaps on your truck, and all this other SUV. And part of it, when you have bigger tires and stuff, the other thing I kind of mentioned, it's like rock chipping is one thing I kind of mentioned you get. Even if you don't have mud flaps on your tires and your truck is all standard, you never know. If I were you, I'd run mud flaps. I had some on there, I took them off because of some kind of thing I had to treat, but it wasn't all that bad. But mud flaps, they really had great protection and stuff, so no issue with them. But it was just some kind of area, it was above it, I just need to take care of, so I took them off, and I'm probably going to throw them back on. But another thing about the traction, the ones that a lot of people say they like are, I think they're NATO grapplers. Oh, they're really good. And a lot of other people, when they come to like Firestone, they were alright. They're it probably stepped up the game. I gave him credit on that. But the only thing I mentioned about Firestone, my grandfather had a F-250. It was a 7.3 Power Stroke. And the thing I mentioned about his truck was when he got it, he had a recall on a Firestone. He had to get new tires because they said something about blowing out and all that stuff. And it was a serious situation. It was some kind of thing that they had was really serious. So we had to take them off. And I guess he went with Cooper tires. The ones I have in my truck are snow and mud. But the things I'm going to mention is that when it rains outside, traction ain't all that good. It's just, they say on custom offsets, it's like when you're running mud tires in wintertime, they can make you skid. Things I'm probably going to point out by this, if you're probably running them things in wintertime and it's snowy, I'll just say you just want to get something that can dig in there and get good traction. But part of it, if I were you guys and you're going to get certain brand of tires, go with a good brand. Don't go with them certain brands because somehow most of them won't do as good. And it's just hard to keep digging and digging. So another thing I'm going to point out by this, even when you want to run bigger tires and probably get like a good tread, I guess, if you have a truck or SUV, probably raise it up because of, you can probably get a good brand of tires and good size tread, I guess, but I don't know. That's why some people like to do it, but it's like Bear Brett. You guys, I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but he's got like a good brand of tires. He's running like 38s, and you can see that tread on there in his tires that he's got something that can dig, and they're probably a good brand. I don't know what brand they are, but certain brands of tires now, I don't really know about the quality, but some people, even if they run big rims, I'm going to point this out, and this is why it's considered a big old problem. When you're running big tires and stuff, it's like, you see the bottom of my tread, my boots, it's like, if you had that much tread, no offense, I would not recommend going with really thin tread on your rims. The reason why I say that, because it's like if they're burning out tires, meaning by this, you may not have as good traction, and also, your tires wear out a little bit easy. I'm not joking about it. That's why I say this. Do not get really thin tread tires. That's the reason why I say if you ever get a brand of tires or anything, get some with good tread and make sure the tires are pretty thick. And also, another thing I'd probably do, some people say that this is a common term. That when I had my old tires on there, I don't know if you guys have seen my old videos, but I had some old tires on there, but I went to some place, and he said this, my tires were spider cracked and stuff, but probably, I guess, you just gotta rotate them and stuff. That's what they commonly say. Rotate your tires and stuff, and you shouldn't have any problems, but it's actually good to rotate them. But another thing I'm going to point out for your traction is that, I don't even know how to say this, but when it's coming to a V10 pulling a 6x6 Duramax, I guess this, the Duramax didn't have good control, and next, it's like, part of it, another thing that they say is common with trucks, when you give them a bit of horsepower, is that the fact that when you don't run traction bars or letters, what they call them, when you don't have them things, it's like your traction is not all that great. I mean, by you hop and hop and hop. Next, it's like somehow, you never know, you could tear up your rear differential, and that is expensive. And another thing I'm going to point out to you guys is, for the fact that when you get half of this stuff, and it's something that's not actually something I would recommend to do if I were you guys. Anytime when you're getting clearance and stuff, is that when people go mudding, the one thing I mentioned about stock vehicles is that the fact that when they get stuck up in there, it is kind of funny, because of one, it's like all that mud comes up in your tire and your wheel wells. I kind of seen that before. It piles up in there. And if you have more like 6-inch lift and stuff, the 6-inch lifted trucks, it's like they probably don't do as bad, but I guess they probably have more traction, meaning by all that mud just doesn't keep getting stuck up in there. But for me, I went mud before. You know what? It's like I go down to drive third and second and first gear. it's like, that's what I do to get myself out, and I had to have traction control. It worked, but the other thing I kind of mentioned, this is about to be pretty funny. What I'm about to tell you guys is, my cousin did this thing. It's like you have a 4-wheel drive pickup truck and you don't even use 4-wheel drive. The funny thing about having a 4-wheel drive is if you're not out there using a 4-wheel drive, why would you buy a 4-wheel drive? It's like if somebody gets stuck, it's like my cousin gets stuck up in the grass. You know what I'm saying about this? Is pretty funny. You get stuck up in the grass and they actually call AAA and you have a towing package on your truck too. I hate to say this, but that is pretty funny. It's like I told my buddies about it, and you know what? It is pretty funny if you have a 4-wheel drive and you just don't use it. So if there's anything I need to point out or missed or anything in the video, let me know what you guys think about the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and any other videos you have in mind, please leave a link. Not leave a link, but leave a comment below. And I hope you guys are having a well day. And that's all. Probably will catch you guys later on this week. Alrighty. Peace.